What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and today was a pretty epic turnaround day. I actually started negative 1,000 within the first 10 minutes of the day, but was able to turn it around and finish plus 1,580 something on the day. So still a pretty decent day overall. There were a lot of crazy opportunities today, and as always, I feel like I played all of them so incredibly poorly. So again, to end up this positive on a day where I started negative and butchered every opportunity, you know, I guess I'm in the right career, because if you mess up flipping burgers at McDonald's, you don't make 1,500 on the day. So again, just got to keep perspective. I'm very blessed to be in this position, but wow, I mean, we had a stock today, guys. That's why I made that creepy face in the thumbnail. We had a stock today that literally ran like 3,000% in like, I don't even know, like 20 minutes. It was absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever seen a stock move that crazily in my life. So I wanna, you know, talk about that stock because there's probably gonna be some opportunities on it tomorrow. Talk about the stocks that I traded today and what I think you should be watching for tomorrow. So if you find these videos helpful, please subscribe so you don't miss any. Smash that like button for me because it helps out the channel. And yeah, you know the drill. Let's dive in and talk about this absolutely bonkers stock, guys. Absolutely bonkers. All right, guys. So I'm here at my computer, and you guys can see this chart. Already absolutely nuts. This is PMBY, and this thing is, again, it's probably the craziest stock that I remember seeing ever. And I mean, I guess there's other stocks that have gone higher, but nothing was quite as explosive as this in my recent memory. I'm sure there's probably been something that did something like this, but this is the type of chart that you get when a stock has basically no one selling shares. So once a ton of buyers come in, it just starts skipping up ridiculous percentages. So it started the day down here. I think they filed some type of thing on OTC Markets.com, basically showing some updated filing. And I think they had something absolutely ridiculous, like $600 million in assets or something like that, which for an OTC stock is pretty ridiculous, man. So the stock started spiking off of that news, and I think I called it out around here in the Discord. And I mean, you can see, guys, it went up from 2 cents up to 12 cents. So it's already up, you know, like what? I don't know, what is that? 600% on the day or something like that. And at this point, I really didn't know what to do super well. So I didn't really want to chase because I didn't want to lose a ton of money. And then the chart just ended up developing like this. So it basically, you know, it had a red candle, but it didn't pull back, ripped to a new high, didn't break down below this level, ripped to a new high, and then didn't break down below these levels. And I was trying to buy the breakout here at 19, but I was looking at some other stock. I got a little distracted, and I absolutely missed this rip, guys. And it went on to run from here. Remember, this is already up nearly 1,000% on the day at this area right here. And it went on to rip all the way up to a high of 72 cents, guys. I don't even know how to put this into words. Now, it did wick pretty hard. I mean, you probably couldn't have sold up there, but I mean, absolutely nuts. And then, you know, I guess the rest of the day, if I zoom out just so you guys can see the overall chart, this thing, I don't even know how to put into words. This run up is so ridiculous. I can't even comprehend it, guys, because, you know, up here, if you're buying here with 10,000 shares, again, 10,000 shares, every penny you lose or gain is $100. So if I had nailed that, you know, right here at that 19 breakout, say I get filled at 20, say I get filled at 20, right? If I got filled there with 10,000 shares, I'm instantly up $2,000. I instantly doubled my money buying something that's up already over 1,000% on the day. So that's the type of insane power of these runs. But at the same time, if you get screwed, you buy market on these, they fill you at 72, you're instantly down over 50% on your position. And again, with 10,000 shares, what is that? I mean, that's a $4,000 loss. So it starts getting really crazy. And on these charts, it's very tough to get in if you don't place before you know for sure it's turning. So for that reason, I really didn't start nailing this until I took really small size and got a little more aggressive with my entries and started taking like 2,500 shares. And I only nailed, I think, one of these dips in here, but I bought like 2,500 shares down here and then sold up there or something like that. So, I mean, I still made a decent amount because it was still with 2,500 shares. Every 4 pennies is $100. So, I mean, you make 8 cents a share on 2,500 shares. That's still $200. So, you know, we'll take it. But this was such a crazy mover, guys. And these are just the types of things where if you're prepared, you can get lucky and make some serious money, but you also have to be really careful and trade, I would say, with smaller size so you don't get absolutely screwed here. But pretty amazing chart. I'm definitely going to be watching this for some continuation because it did hold up surprisingly well throughout the day. And I don't know if I believe that news because that's insane to have an OTC stock with that much in assets, but I guess we'll see, guys. I guess we'll see. The next chart of the day was MDMP. And I called this out in the Discord as soon as I saw the news. And I heard about it, you know, right here. I tried to buy 100,000 shares, limit 11.5. So limit right here, just so you guys can get an idea. And they ended up filling me 34,710 shares from an average of 11.02. So I literally got filled from right there. I got filled from right there, okay? And then what's unfortunate is I ended up selling all my shares because I'm so used to these stocks that spike up one green candle and then die. So I sold all of my shares. I sold half. Where did I sell them? Give me a second. I sold half of my shares at, no, more than half. I sold 24,000 shares at 12.8 and I sold the rest at 13.3. So 12.8, 13.3. So I sold all of my shares by here, and I had huge size, guys. And this actually would put me back green on the day in my E-Trade account after I was negative from HTZGQ. I'll get to that in a second. But these breaking news plays, guys, are so important because if you can get in early, you can make a ton of money, and just one of these can be all your profit on the day. I mean, look at this. It literally doubled in like 5 minutes, guys. It literally doubled in like 5 minutes. So if I had actually held, I could have made, from where I got into up there, I could have made like $3,800. So if I had even sold it a little bit better, you know, at 20 or something, that's an easy $3,000 plus on my 3,000 something investment. So pretty nuts, guys. I butchered that. I butchered that so horribly. And I rebought in with small size. I got 2,800 shares from $16.99, so from right here. And I ended up selling those shares at $20.24. So, you know, up here. So, I mean, pretty nuts, guys. And then basically the news came out. That's what's craziest about this chart. The fact that the news came out. Basically, it spiked on a tweet that news was coming out. When they actually put the news out, it was literally a PR with just a PDF document that really didn't have good news in it. So it absolutely died at the end of the day. Pretty crazy, guys. And back down under 11 by the end of the day. I mean, that is insane. So this is why you got to take your gains and run, especially if you can get in early. But beautiful chart. And again, we had some people make some serious money when I called this out in the Discord. And, you know, man, just turn the day around. I think someone made like 5,000. Had some other people make 600 plus. So absolutely love these types of plays, guys. And they make the day. They really do. The other two breaking news plays that I played today was KPay. And I think news came out right here. And I bought 500,000 shares, and I made like, I think a tenth of a cent a share on them. So I think I bought it like 10.4 and sold it like 11.4, something like that, or 10.3, sold it 11.3, something like that. Absolutely beautiful. Made like $500 on that play. That was a breaking news play. Shout out to my man Mac B in the Discord. He called that out for us right at 11. Yeah, that was right at 11. So I guess maybe right at, I forget where that was. Maybe it was right here. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe it was right there or something like that. But yeah, it was that was a beautiful play. KPay. This is again one that's been running for a couple of days now. You can see, you know, former runner and closing near those highs. So definitely on watch for tomorrow. See if it can continue. But without a catalyst like news, it's very tough to take big size and feel confident and know that I'm going to be profitable on that. So you know, that was another one. Let's see what else we have. Well, let me talk about HTZGQ really quickly, I guess. So this one was actually a very frustrating stock for me because, you know, it gapped up and started spiking right at open. So kind of exactly what I expected. And when I saw that it looked like it was gonna break out past these highs and break out past here, I started buying. But I put a limit buy for like 620. I didn't get filled, so I added some buy orders for 630. It ended up filling me. Literally, I tried to buy this entire. I put an order like 10 seconds after market open. Was trying to buy this entire candle, did not fill me. Trying to buy this entire candle, did not fill me, and it filled me right here at 624. Literally right here. So it started dipping, and I cut it, and then it made a new high. And I thought it was going to rip over 625, so I bought here. And then it dipped again, so I cut it again because I didn't want to get screwed and have a rejection like down to here. And then it actually did break over 625 and started spiking. And so I bought like 628. And then it started selling off here, and I tried to sell, and it didn't fill me till like down there, and I had big size. So because of that, within the first 10 minutes of the day, guys, I was already down $1,000. And it's pretty frustrating to have to dig yourself out of a hole, especially on a stock that like was so strong yesterday, and today it was just not. It was so strong yesterday, and today it was just not. It was just not strong at all. So very, very frustrating day. And then later on in the day, it actually broke past those highs. But again, you can see here, it's like super, super choppy. So like when it breaks out past the highs, it rejects and it dumps. So if you buy at those highs, like, you can't do that. You have to buy on dips, which is what makes this a little tough to read because sometimes it's hard to get the entries on dips. So this is one that's still on watch. Hopefully it goes into like a major panic at some point. There's no shares to short right now, but I would look for a dip buy on this one. And that's all I would look for because I don't want to buy breakouts on this stock anymore. It's up too much. The risk is too high and the executions are too bad. So keep that in mind, guys. ILUS, this was one that had a tweet today that they're going to put out, I think, their Q1 earnings results, I think next week or soon. And it spiked up on that. This is one that, again, I probably should have added here, guys. I'm just scared of this thing breaking down under that 6 mark. Again, that is the important support level right there at 6. If it cracks under that, it could get pretty ugly, and I'm just worried about that. That's the only thing. But I think long-term, this thing should be a good play. Again, I'm just worried about that 6 support area. So I don't really want to buy here and then cut when it breaks under 6. So if I can get an entry, I don't know, 6.1, 6.3, 6, whatever in this area, I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that. And I guess we'll see what happens. But hopefully it can come back down there again, but not break 6. Because if it breaks 6, that's worrying. Because when you break important support levels, like on Humble, stocks tend to just tumble, guys. They tend to just tumble. And, you can see here, it broke that, I guess, that 108 low. And now Humble's at 86, guys. Humble's at 86. And it's just insane. It causes me physical pain to know that there's people who are still bag holding this, man. And someone in our Discord knows someone who was up like $800,000 up here on this day, $860,000, and is now negative on their position after today because they never locked in there. I mean, that is just horrible, guys. Please lock in profits when you're up. And it just reminds me, this one dude was in my DMs. If you're watching this, you know who you are. And he was basically telling me that I was misleading you guys, my subscribers, by telling you that after a run-up like this, saying Humble was going to pull back after this run-up, I was an idiot. He said it would never, ever go under 4, and we both knew that, and I was misleading my subscribers. And, I'm not one to be like, I told you so, but it's frustrating, guys. It really is frustrating that people never learn to lock in profits, especially after something goes on such an insane run. I mean, literally from nothing, and then just absolutely exponential. So you got to learn to lock in profits, guys. I think Humble could become a decent swing at some point now that it's sold off so much. But we see these support levels, guys. I mean, that support level, that broke. So the next real one is at like 58 cents. I'm not seeing much else until there. I mean, yeah, it pretty much broke that. So I don't really want to take an entry until that area because I still think it could drop more. Guys. And that's not to say that it can't see a big recovery. I think the chances that Humble sees a big green day and maybe gets back up to 2 or up here, I think it could happen. If it gets some really big catalyst and turns into a big short squeeze, I think it could definitely happen. But you will never find me bag holding a stock in anticipation of a squeeze. you know, in anticipation of a bounce when it could just keep bleeding off on me all the way down. I just watch my earnings disappear, watch them evaporate. You're never going to catch me doing it. So I think this is one that is definitely going to be high on the watch list, because I think if it puts out some type of catalyst when it's down this much, it should be an easy swing trade, because this could easily see, you know, a 50% plus day after selling off this much. And if you buy in at 86 and you sell at, you know, 140, guys, you're banking, especially if you take any type of size. I can take huge size down here. I mean, I could easily swing 100,000 shares down here. So I probably won't swing that much, but I mean, I could swing 50,000 shares down here easily. And, you know, if you make 50 cents a share on 50,000 shares, that's 25 grand, unless I'm tripping. So this could be a really, really nice opportunity coming up here. So I'm definitely keeping that on my radar. But that's pretty much it on that one. I guess that's the main plays. The last one that I actually made money on really was ALYI. And, you know, this is obviously a former supernova, again, from back in February. But today it had some news. And if you look at this chart, like, you won't even see a ton of opportunity here. But I actually banked so hard. If you look at this candle, I was literally like half of this volume candle right here. I bought 750,000 shares, like right here in this area. I think I bought 500K here, and maybe I got filled another 250K there. And I sold most of that right up here. So I made some really nice money on that. I think I made like $600 overall on the play. And then I had to dump some down here. I got stuck with a little bit of shares, but you know, it is what it is. I bought probably a little bit too many, but that was a nice breaking news play, guys. And if you get in these right, you can make a lot of money. So I love calling them out for you guys in the Discord. I guess GGII, you know, this had a nice little bounce day. It tanked right at open, but then you know, had a nice little recovery off that morning panic, and then actually closed near those highs. So it did close pretty strong, and I'm not sure what happens with this one, but potentially it continues to go, because they put their merger status, I think, the shell company, on OTC. So, you know, for the Hempico thing. So I'm definitely interested to see where this goes. If it can continue to run, I will continue to trade it. That's pretty much all there is to it, guys. I guess, you know, the main areas to watch out for are those breakout areas now. But, you know, it could easily tank down below this. So I don't plan on holding it right now from this area. But obviously, you know, this 1679 area is going to be the breakout area. So be ready in case something cool happens with this stock. That's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I don't know. OPTI, you know, this is one that bounced a little bit, but ended up just fading off. So I shorted a little bit today. I should have been more aggressive and held all day long, but it's just one of those ones that likes to do stuff, you know, likes to bounce and then likes to die again. So is what it is. ETCG, this stock had some crazy sell-offs, man. I wish I'd been better about shorting this thing. It's very tough to do right, but you know, there's a lot of range. This is the one that had the epic short on this day right here, the epic short right at open. So we'll see if it breaks under 40 and can tank down more. I have no idea. But again, when you get a chart that gets 4 or 5 huge overextended green candles in a row, you know it's pulling back. You know it's pulling back. So if you guys have not learned that by now from watching my channel, I must be talking to a brick wall. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. I guess VBHI. This is one that, you know, you could swing from down in this area, but 13 was kind of that support area. And again, you know, they have 500 million shares. We don't know how many of those they've actually diluted yet, but basically you can get them at a penny and then sell them on the open market. That's what George Sharp says. And, you know, I'm inclined to believe him. So if this is over a penny, I'm not going to be too aggressive about taking an entry, just because it has the potential to continue to go down as it's being diluted, you know. So I guess we'll see what happens. If we could get an entry in this low area, it does like to bounce. But I mean, look at how many red days in a row this thing has. You know, that's not very normal unless there's a bunch of dilution, in my opinion. So I'm just going to be careful on this one. But eventually should be a nice trade, because they have some good acquisitions. So definitely keep this one on your radar. That's it, guys. I'm not even going to talk about NASDAQs today, because I wasn't really trading NASDAQs at all. There were just a lot of opportunities, but MDMP was definitely the opportunity of the day, based on the breaking news trade, and then that other one, bro, PMBY, man, it's such an insane chart, So hopefully we'll see some continuation on these from tomorrow. As always, I'll be calling out those breaking news plays for you in the Discord, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, you know the drill. Let's grow better together. Bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.